Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, May 14th, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is, it is worthy of my understanding. And today, let's start with this. A little bit of smudging, a little bit of sage. If you felt at all like I felt today with these astro energies, then you will probably appreciate this. And, let's be fair, all astro energies, I love when people are like, man, you said it was going to be tough and I feel great. You guys are the ones holding the space. We all have times of those peaks and valleys. Right now, some of this astro, the way it is interacting with my chart is oh my God. Today, out of the blue, there is just really strong anxiety. And also this feeling of needing to cry and purge, but there was no reason. There was no strong reason why I felt this sadness. And this really does connect in with what we have going on and how it connects with my chart. What we have today, really early in the morning, but still going on, we have the moon in Virgo connecting to the sun and connecting to Pluto. So, grand trine in Earth. Moon and Pluto can both bring that subconscious energy. Both the moon and Pluto can tap us into, some of those deep shadows, whether we are aware of them or not. And so be very aware of the subconscious coming up to the light. Whatever comes up is worthy of your understanding space. It is worthy of you holding space for the process, whether the process is tears, whether the process is, as I had to do with the anxiety coming up and, holding myself and being like, hey, you're safe. Whatever this is, it's okay, and that you are safe. So be very aware of the subconscious rising, even though these are favorable connections. These are all trines, a grand trine, and it's meant to be very grounding. There's some other ungrounding energy that we may be feeding into, but if this is affecting your chart at all, or if there is something subconscious at this time for you to deal with, today is a day where this could definitely rise to the surface. And we have this in quite a few places. So the first is that grand trine energy between the moon, Pluto, and the sun. And moon Pluto, it really can take us to a deep emotional place, even when we have earth energy, which is able to hold the stability, there still is, it still needs to be processed. Like I said, you may not know what it is that comes up or what it is that you're having to face, but that doesn't mean that it deserves any less attention. So just be present for whatever that is. Hold that understanding place. You are worthy of that place that needs to be held. So that's one thing. The next thing we've got going on is we have Venus and Mars sextiling each other at 29 degrees. So this is a helpful connection. But here's what's interesting. Okay, so we've got Venus in the sign of Aries, and then we've got Mars in the sign of Gemini. Fire and air together. It definitely can light you up. It can definitely not create smoke. It can definitely create some lightning kind of energies. So be aware that this can be very stimulating, especially Mars at 29 degrees Gemini. This can be very stimulating on top of feeling that other energy. This could be the anxiety, just your body being like, okay, I need to ground because, oh my God, overstimulation of the nervous system. This is really important energy that you really be true to yourself in and through it. Venus in Aries, love yourself. Hold yourself through whatever the process is. Hold that energy of understanding space, whatever your process is. Even as Mars at 29 degrees Gemini is like, I got to do this and this and this and this and this and this and this. Funny enough, I've got the slowing down card again today. Here's another funny note. Did you know that I have a deck with 2 slowing down cards? I think that's a rarity. So I think that it's an important lesson that we all need to learn. Slow down. Be present in the moment. Here's that totality card yet again. So even though, Venus in Aries wants to take that action, Mars, did I say Mars in, what did I say? Mars and Gemini, yeah. Okay, just making sure I didn't say Mars and Taurus. Mars and Gemini, also like wanting to be like, to this, to this, to this, to this, to this. There's a lot of that action energy going on between the two of them. And yet, there's that space with that grand trine Earth of be still and know. Now, here's an interesting thing. Again, speaking of the air energy that's coming in, we are going to have the moon shifting at 11:51 a.m. into Libra. So, like, that Earth energy is going to complete itself. So, you may have a different day. Like, the first part of the day, the first half of the day, you know, needing that grounding, and the second half being that time where you can go do-do-do-do-do-do, swinging like Tarzan on those vines. But give yourself that time to ground in and to connect. That moon, by the way, in Virgo, is also connecting into that Mercury energy at 29 degrees before it shifts into Libra. So that energy, it's like overstimulation of the nervous system that's happening. And your body just it really needs that grounding in. It really needs you to slow down and be present and not be taking in so much new stimulation, because there's already this other stimulation that's coming up to be processed. So, interesting day. After the moon shifts into Libra, I think we're going to find some equilibrium. We're going to find some balance after that point. Find some centering within ourselves, which is going to be really nice. But until that point, hold understanding space for what's going on. So that being said, we do have Venus and Mars shifting signs tomorrow. Venus is going to be moving into Taurus tomorrow, which we'll dig into. Mars will be moving into Cancer tomorrow, but make sure that you re-identify the lesson for yourself. Venus in Aries, really honoring your I am worth. Like, you are here to be your individual self. Can you honor that? Mars finishing up in Taurus. There's that. Or not Taurus. I keep trying to say that. Mars finishing up in Gemini. Walk your talk. Love yourself. Know your worth of yourself. I feel like there's a dog getting into cat food right now. Okie?
No, you're good.
Okay. I was afraid it was okay. Sorry. Expensive cat food, and those dogs go through it really fast. Okay, so Mars finishing up in Gemini. Walk your talk. Know your worth, but don't just do it here. Walk that talk. Walk your worth. State your worth. You know, put it out there. And it's not like I have to be like, yes, I'm worthy to the world. But, like, if situations come up, don't just see it inside. Like, don't they know, like, I'm this child of the universe? Like, be willing to stand for yourself. I think that might be this adventure card. The adventure of showing up for yourself and not bowing to outdated shenanigans. We'll just use it that. So that's what I'm feeling right there. Last thing, and this goes hand in hand with that. Neptune is still hanging out with Lilith. You are the guru. Be true to yourself. Go your own way. You know, listen to what is true for you. It is so important that we all get to that place, because then the soul can really bloom within us. It's always there. It's like this seed that is always ready to, like, fill our lives with incredible fruit. But we have to be willing to honor it, to listen to it. And so all this astro is kind of pushing us there. Even that subconscious stuff that's coming up, those are just veils coming down. That's just old trauma being processed. So that is it for today. Just that. You can always book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com for that. Take a second. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for the power of plants that have our back for so many levels of support. So there's that from me. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you, and you do have the power. Namaste.